Hello and welcome to Tommy Talks TV, the place to be to build great love relationships. I'd like to start by saying a very big thank you. Thank you for all your likes and your shares and your comments on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Instagram. I really appreciate you because you're helping us spread the message further faster. So thank you very much indeed. Now today I'm going to be taking one of your questions and it goes like this. What else can one do to encourage weight shedding or weight loss in your spouse? Several times I have encouraged my wife by buying her clothes and equipment for exercise, but still the response is no, or it is impossible. I am truly fed up and I am just tolerating the situation because of what people will say if I walk out of the union. What should I do? Now, I think I should start by saying that many women do not actually appreciate just how important it is to their husbands that they keep themselves attractive even after 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years of marriage. You see, men are visual by design. They are highly visual. So that simply means that they are drawn to and they are affected by what they see. And I'm sure, a lot of women probably recognize this and sometimes might think, oh, well, this is a flaw in my husband, this is a fault in my husband. But actually, no, men are visual by design. And I believe that that is part of what God set in motion to ensure that the human race is propagated. Because when a man sees something that he's attracted to, then he pursues it. And that's what ultimately leads into marriage. But you see, that attraction needs to continue after marriage. So it is important to a husband that, his wife does everything that she can to maintain herself in an attractive manner. And also, for men, a man wants to be proud to present his wife to other people when he goes out with her. So that's very important to men as well. And that's something that women need to recognize and appreciate and constantly work on, regardless of how long you have been married. Now, let me say here that, I can understand that this is clearly a source of, serious frustration, for you. And you've certainly taken some steps to try to encourage your wife. You've bought her, clothes and equipment for exercising and all that. But I'd like to, first of all, paint a picture and also say that many women face, certain challenges when it comes to maintaining themselves at a, particular weight. So usually, a woman is at a particular weight and then she gets married and she starts having children. And the reality is that as you have children, there is a tendency to gain weight because you have to gain weight, while you're pregnant. So most women will gain weight while they're pregnant. And, the difficulty is that after you've had, the child, then you're busy trying to raise the child, raise children and all that sort of thing. So, women tend to let themselves slip, and before you know what's happening, the extra weight has been on for 5 years, 10 years, and then they find it very difficult to lose. You see, but I'd like to say that don't throw everything away because of this one issue. There are ways to deal with it, and those are things to address. But I think you need to take a step back mentally from the place where you are now, that you would want out, if not for what people would say, because there are other things in your wife that attracted you to her in the first place. And at this particular stage, those are the things that you need to focus on. If she's a kind person, if she's a caring person, a loving person, maybe she's prayerful, maybe she's very focused, maybe she's hardworking, whatever it is that attracted you to her in the first place, you need to keep your focus on those things so that you don't allow yourself to get tempted, to just throw away your marriage for this issue. Now, coming back to the practical steps that you could take, I'd really say that it's great that you've taken these steps of, buying your wife equipment and things like that. So you're clearly willing to invest in it. It may be that maybe she's discouraged, especially if she has put on quite a bit of weight. Sometimes people who struggle with weight, they get to the point where they nearly give up because it looks like an impossible task for them. So what they actually need is some really very strong encouragement from somebody who knows how to make these things work. One of the things that is really very crucial when it comes to losing weight is a change of diet, because the truth is that exercise does not do much if you don't change the diet. That's the food that you eat and also the portion sizes that you eat. So those are things that that might help as well. If you you encourage a change in diet in your family, so that maybe she goes for meals that are, less fatty, or less sugary and less carbohydrate, smaller portion sizes, so that, you're encouraging her by eating, things that are healthier, so that she can cook things that are healthier in the home. And also another thing that might help is if you also, along with her, are prepared to exercise with her. So you go out jogging with her, or you exercise with her, or maybe you could even get a personal trainer. There are people who are used to all these things of exercise, someone that can advise both of you on the lifestyle changes that you could make so that she would be able to lose weight. So if you sit down with her and help her recognize that you still value her, you love her, you appreciate her, but you really, really care about it, and particularly overweight is a health issue. It's not just an appearance issue, it's a health issue, and you both want to grow old together and spend your older years together. But the reality is that sometimes if people don't take care of themselves the way that they should, by the time that they're getting to their older age, then they're struggling with all sorts of health problems that they would not be struggling with if they had managed to keep their weight in check. So there are still things that you can do, and I'd like to encourage you, please don't give up. Please still encourage her. Please try to work with her, for all these lifestyle changes and all that. And I'll trust God with you that, you'll be able to see a change. Definitely, it will probably be something that's incremental. It will take time if she has put on a lot of weight, but with constant encouragement, and help. And if you help her recognize that you value her, you still value her and you appreciate her, because women are very sensitive about their weight. So if she knows that you still value and appreciate her, that might motivate her, to be able to do the things that she needs to do to lose weight. Well, I hope this has helped you. If this has helped you, then please leave me a message on Facebook or Twitter. And if you've got a question you would like me to answer, then head on over to tommytalks.com/ask and I'll answer your question next time. See you next time. Bye-bye.